Good evening. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary fantasy football talk for Saturday, September 25th. I have to get back in the habit of recording videos on Saturday because it's football season and tomorrow is the games. I either have to, just tough it out and do it, even though I'm exhausted because I work all day. I work from 8 a.m. to 9:30, two different jobs, and I'm just beat by the time I get home. But I either have to do these videos or I have to start, recording earlier in the week and getting them all out. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I still have wide receivers and running backs to do my spikes and yikes. For week 3 right here, I'll be doing my wide receivers. I'm not going to stay up and do running backs tonight. I'm going to try to get running backs out for you tomorrow morning. I know it's pretty short notice there. I apologize for that. I'll try and do better next week. For the Yikes at the wide receiver position, I have 3, and really I don't even dislike them that much. I just really wanted 3. So I'm starting with Amari Cooper at 10. Actually, that's incorrect. DeAndre Hopkins at 4. DeAndre Hopkins is a game time decision. Very questionable. I would guess that he's going to play just because of how important he is to the team. But I think he's obviously going to be a little hobbled. And so anticipating the top 5 week from DeAndre Hopkins seems highly unrealistic. I would definitely temper my hopes for DeAndre Hopkins tomorrow should he play. Next, we have Amari Cooper at 10 again. He's also injured. He has a cracked rib, a broken rib, which is very painful. So it's basically just about pain tolerance for Amari. He's not listed as questionable, so we know he's going to play. But how effective and productive he'll be able to be with a basically broken rib is another story. I'm doubting that he's going to be super effective with a broken rib. I don't have him as wide receiver 1 this week. And lastly, even though I've talked him up all season, I talked him up all preseason, love the guy, even though he plays for one of my hated rivals, Allen Robinson, is facing a really tough secondary in Cleveland. Okay, his targets are not high, and it'll be Justin Fields' first start. So a lot of fluidity there with Allen Robinson, and a lot of bad vibes. So although I still love Allen Robinson, still think he's a great wide receiver to have for the season, I think he's more of a flex this week than a wide receiver 2. So having him a wide receiver 17, just a little bit too high for me for this week. Now for some guys that I like, spikes. I could go like 6 deep here, but I just cut it off at 5. I usually try to keep, however many yikes I do. I like to do the same amount of spikes, but this week we're going to just do it a little bit differently. 5 spikes. These are the guys outside the top 20 that I think could play their way into the top 20. Starting with Chris Godwin at 20. I love Chris Godwin this week. I think he's a wide receiver 1 this week. I would have him up there, possibly even top 5 over DeAndre Hopkins. Definitely in the top 10 over Amari Cooper. Chris Godwin's going to have a big day tomorrow because Jalen Ramsey is going to be mostly on Mike Evans, and Antonio Brown is also out. So Chris Godwin is the one who's going to feast tomorrow. At 25, Julio Jones. I just, again, the rankings are disrespectful to Julio Jones, and I think Julio is still a weekly wide receiver 2. So until he gets back into those, teen numbers, top 20, he's probably going to be a spike for me. Jamar Chase at 26. We've seen his big playability. We've seen the pass-happy offense that the Bengals are running. I think they're going to be in a negative game script, which is going to force them to pass. And T. Higgins is also out for the Bengals. should be a big boost for Jamar Chase. I have Jamar Chase in the wide receiver 2 line instead of Allen Robinson. Devontae Smith at 32. I don't have more than a flex play, but I do, I think he's going to have a much better day. He's going to have more of a day like he had in week 1, less of a day like he had in week 2. And Rondale Moore, 33, especially with the injury and the questionable tag of DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like Rondale Moore should be way higher. Rondale Moore, if DeAndre Hopkins doesn't play, Rondale Moore's got to be on the wide receiver 2 line. As now, he's a mid-tier. I have him as a mid-tier high. I would put him about wide receiver 25-ish for the week. I think he's a really good flex play. I think he's shown through the first 2 weeks, despite DeAndre Hopkins being on the field the other side of him, he's been very productive. And, so I think standalone value, even with DeAndre Hopkins on the field, he's going to be a good flex play. But without DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore could have a really outstanding day tomorrow. So I recommend getting Rondale Moore in your lineups, whether DeAndre Hopkins plays or not. So that's my spikes and yikes at the wide receiver position for week 3. Again, I will try to get running backs out to you tomorrow morning before the games start. So thank you to my one viewer that I've had for the last 5 or 6 videos. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you so much. And, spread the word. I would love to get more popular. It seems I'm getting less popular. So, have a blessed evening, a blessed day tomorrow. Good luck with your week 3 matchups. Peace, love, and nacho fries.